What's going on, everybody? How y'all doing? Look, on today's episode, we will be discussing Ndo Champ, the social media sensation, is getting ready to face off with Roy Jones Jr. in his celebrity boxing debut. Make sure you check that out. Look, I'm going to knock you out. Mama said knock you out. Look, two billionaires in the octagon. Musk versus Zuckerberg. We got Canelo Alvarez against Charlo, September 23rd. It's on and popping. Vamos. Stay tuned to get the latest update on Ringside with Ray and Prince.
What up, y'all? Welcome to another episode of the Bridge Now. I feel like busting loose. Give me the bridge now. I feel like busting loose now. It's only because in boxing, one punch can change it, no matter who you are, no matter how good you are.
I love her because she from the hood though. From the hood though. She like really from the hood.
Those make you feel fine. Talking about busting loose.
That's not said Nate will never live that down. No, he won't. But it's not about it's about how he gets up.
They doing that Wakanda scene when they was just like,
It's about your heart, because you can get knocked down so many times and people can make fun of you, but it's about their resilience.
What's going on, everybody? How y'all doing? Welcome to another great episode of Ringside with Ray and Prince, where we look to educate you, entertain you, and empower you. Make sure that you like, you subscribe, and share this channel with the people that you care about. And other than that, let's get on to the show. Today, I got a special guest in the house, substituting for Ray today, and I want to introduce you to him. His name is Kevin Emery. Kev, give the people a little bit of background about who you are and why you qualified to substitute today, baby.
Well, some people know me as Kevin Emery, bodyguard for the stars. And then our Ringside family knows me as Kevin Emery, the Ringside boxing guru. So that's just short and sweet, straight to the point, baby. So, I'm ready to roll.
Man, then let's get on with the show. Look, and I spoke about it right before. Jamal Charlo, the Charlo brothers, one of the Charlo brothers, he's been calling out Canelo Alvarez for some time now. And now he's actually getting what he wants, man. So it looks like Canelo just signed with PBC. Mm-hmm. So he's going to go with somebody. And it looks like this fight is going to happen in September 2023, which is right around the corner, baby. It is on, as in the words of the Latinas. Vamos. So, man, tell me a little, like, who you got for this fight, man? Who's the favorite?
I mean, it's unfortunately for Charlo, I mean, he's getting what he wants, but he's not getting it when he wanted it, because this is not an opportune time for him. He's been off for a couple years now. So really it's a smart move on Canelo's behalf, because he's taking advantage of the fact that Jamal's been out for so long. So, I mean, he's getting his shot. He just has to take advantage of it and make the most of it. So, with the fighters stay out for 2-3 years, Senior being one of them, and come back and then shock the world. So he can do the same. He can shock the world. But if I'm betting your money, Prince, I'm betting on Canelo.
Look, man, I definitely do feel like Canelo could be the favorite on this one. Now, sometimes we can get these brothers mixed up. Is it Jamal or Jamil? Because
it's Jamal.
It is Jamal. Okay.
Yes.
It's because he's the bigger one, right?
Right. Correct.
Yeah, and Jamel is I would say more
54-pounder.
Exactly. So, man, on this one, I do have. I would say I have Canelo because it's almost like when you're in grade school and you call somebody out and you don't expect for them to accept the challenge right away.
Right.
You're like, oh, you ready? It's off guard, let's get it on. Let's go. Yeah, I'm ready. You call me up. It's like,
Right.
oh, okay, all right, yeah, I'm gonna knock you out. Like, yeah, come on, let's get it.
Jamal,
he didn't have that much confidence. So I'm siding with Canelo on this one. I think he's gonna be ready. He's been training. He's been sitting back, and he was just like, let's give it a go. And so I think Canelo is going to have an advantage just because he was, he was just like, then I accept your challenge, just like on Wakanda. It is challenge there.
Yeah, I call him Big Charlo. I call Big Charlo and not so big Charlo. I don't want to call the man Little Charlo. He's a big man too, but yeah, he's probably so used to Canelo turning the fight down. He was probably shocked when he actually took it this time, and then one-upped him and signed with PBC. So, man, that's a big move there. So he's supposed to be locked in. Canelo is supposed to be locked in, from what I understand, for 3 fights. Ooh. And then from what I hear, the third fight could possibly be a fight with Errol Spence, should he win, against Bud. But, all that speculation, we'll see what happens in the future.
Man, you had mentioned real quick, you said this is a big deal that Canelo signed with PBC. Why is that a big deal?
Well, I mean, he's crossing the street. I mean, he was with Golden Boy. Then he's been working with DAZN after he had his falling out with Golden Boy. It's monumental because it's just like, I guess, the statement that Ryan Garcia and Tank made, like, hey, we don't care about who's promoted by who's being broadcast on what channel. We just want to fight each other. So Terrence and Spence, they followed up with signing their fight, and now Canelo is following suit, saying, hey, I'm gonna do the same damn thing. So, hey, it's big, man, because they're no longer letting the promoters and letting the business get in the way of making these fights. Man. So I just hope they keep it up.
That's awesome. That's so true. I heard Errol Spence Jr., he was speaking about that. It's just like, man, where all this money going? This should be in the favor of the fighters because they put their life on the line. So everybody is starting to speak up and come together and take down the big people, man. So look, this is some big news, and because Jamal was calling Canelo out and he accepted like right away, like just I accept your challenge inbound. Right, he was ready, So let's get it on. Talk to the people. Well, what else is calling someone? Who else is calling someone out? I don't know if you know, but we got the 2 billionaires in the octagon, man. You got Elon Musk just challenged Mark Zuckerberg, the CEO of Meta, quote unquote Facebook. And he has challenged him to a duel in the octagon. So it'll be a cage match between the 2 billionaires. However, word on the street is Zuckerberg's mom said no. So she said no to her son, like fighting Elon Musk. So Zuckerberg is in the gym, doing his thing, comeback sports. He just had a bout, and I think he came up short, but I think he wants to give it to Elon Musk. It's a big difference in the age. So I don't know who was training with who, but I heard that John Jones said that he'll help out Zuckerberg, and St. Pierre said he'll help out Elon Musk, for the fight. So if this can go down in history, it'll be one of the biggest fights, and with 2 players that are known as billionaires and not as fighters, to duel, man. So who you got for this, man?
Well, that depends on, is it going to be an actual fight, or is this going to be a fight in the metaverse or something, like the online type thing, or are they actually going to hit each other, So I would have to go with Zuckerberg, man. If the fight really happens like that. But if it's in the metaverse or whatever that is, where it's like a virtual thing, then I would go with Elon.
If it's a virtual thing.
Or they might have, how Obama has his alter ego. What was that guy's Luther or something like that? They might have people fighting for each other. They might not be actually be the ones fighting. They might have people fighting for.
I didn't even think about that, because now you're gonna see the combinations coming. You're like, I didn't know Elon was that good.
Yeah. Stunt doubles. Stunt doubles.
Yeah, right. It's not double.
Yeah.
Exactly, man. That's becoming a big thing now. Like people that they're having big fights in the metaverse, and we're gonna touch on that in terms of talking about celebrity boxing. We had Damon Feldman on last week. He was talking about the big fight that's happening with Roy Jones and Ndo Champ. So we'll touch on that, man. But I think it's hard to know what fighter will prevail if they do actually go into the octagon. I know Zuckerberg was talking to other people saying that this is the inside scoop, saying that the fight is on. I don't know why they want to fight each other. I guess that's what you do when you have a lot of money and you just get bored. You just like I'll whoop that ass.
Right. Zuckerberg, he might be like, well, he got more money than me, but I'm gonna tap that ass. I got these hands. You got the most money, but I got these hands, so maybe that's where it's coming from. I don't know, man. Right. I'd be sitting on a beach somewhere, man, drinking margaritas or something like that.
Exactly, man.
Fight who? Fight what? Yeah, no, thank you.
Exactly, right, man. But look, speaking of knocking somebody's ass out, we got Andy Ruiz and Deontay Wilder about to seal the deal in this upcoming fight. So they're looking to finalize the fight. And man, I think this is a big one for the boxing community. But if I had to choose someone, I'm gonna go with Deontay Wilder.
Yes,
I don't think anybody can beat Deontay Wilder except Tyson Fury. What's your thoughts?
Man, look, hey, I feel the same way, man. It's to have somebody that tall with that amount of height, that amount of reach, and then that power. Hey, man, that's a big obstacle. Like you said, Fury is probably the only man walking the face of this earth that can beat him inside the ring. So Ruiz, he's gonna have a big challenge, but he's gonna step up. He's gonna make a go of it. But when that bomb squad drops on his head, man, it's gonna be it's gonna be something he's never felt before. So yes, sir. But
we saw it happen with Tyson Fury, with his whole body just rippled from Deontay Wilder's punch. And Deontay Wilder, he walked back like, I just knocked that mother, right? And then he rose from the dead. Like, oh man, he came back in, and he shook it off, and he was victorious. But man, I can see Andy Ruiz, him being a savvy fighter. I can see him lasting some rounds, but I think Deontay Wilder, he's just too big and too strong, and he's just gonna knock him out. He's not gonna let Andy Ruiz catch him with that hook, that powerful hook that he has, that he's been knocking a lot of people out. But we'll see, man. And I'm looking forward to this fight. So and I hope that Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury can come up with some agreement and finalization to make that fight happen as well.
Yeah, either that fight or I was looking forward to seeing Wilder and Joshua, but hey, I guess we have to settle for this one, but this will be a good fight also. So we'll see what happens.
Right. So what about Usyk? Where is he at in all of this?
Man, these guys, Fury being the main one, man, he seems like he retires every other month, man. So I can't call it until they actually sign the contract and announce the fight, man. I can't even keep up with these guys anymore. I'm looking at the lower weights. I like what they're doing now. They're making these fights happen. They signing it. So all this foolishness the heavyweights are trying to do, miss us with all that.
Right.
Just make the fight, man. Just fight. Yeah.
Exactly. That's it. Because that's all the people want to see is just a good fight, man. So I'm with you on all of that, man. So let's go. Wilder, Andy, let's make this happen because we can't wait to see greatness happen, man. Look, on another note, speaking of greatness, there has been a UFC fighter, a female UFC fighter. Her name is Hannah Goldie. And man, when I say road rage is real, mental health is real, it is, man. I don't know the whole situation. I'm just gonna touch on it real quick. We saw that she was a passenger in the vehicle, and while waiting at a red light, she got out of her car and she was banging on somebody else's car, banging on the window. She stood on top of the hood of the car and smashed the windshield with her foot, and then got back in her car.
Man, we're seeing so much of that type of stuff nowadays, man. I don't know what it is. Is it in the air? Is it something else? Which I'm not
Right.
gonna mention, you know, but
You can't mention the V
yeah,
word.
that thing. Yeah, I'm not gonna mention, but man, people just they wilding nowadays, man. You know, so
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
it
man.
doesn't shock me at all, unfortunately.
Wow, that's crazy, man. So mental health is real. I'll say that. You all, I preach mindfulness and meditation. Got mindfulness for the ultimate athlete. Back in here, I can teach you about mindfulness and how to settle those emotions, but don't let your emotions get the best of you, man, because you'll make one decision that'll cost you for the rest of your life, man. So I just want to share that with everybody. Look, there's a potential fight that's coming up, which is on Friday, June 30th, is going to be between Ndo Champ, the social media sensation guy who's really buff and always telling people to, put that shit down, don't put that in your body. And then we got Roy Jones Jr. Y'all must have forgot, real Roy Jones is back, baby. But they are going to be fighting in the metaverse. So who you got for this fight, man? We had Damon Feldman, the CEO of Celebrity Boxing, on. Who you have for this one that's upcoming?
I mean, you would want to pick Roy. Like, how can you not pick Roy?
Right.
But it's in the metaverse, so who knows? I don't know what NDO has going for him other than kicking people's food out of their hands. That's what I see him do all the time on YouTube.
Right.
But he's a big boy. But I guess that it's virtual, so I guess that strength is not going to come into play. I don't know. I've never seen that before, so
yeah.
That first time thing. We have to see how it plays out.
Right. I never seen it before either, man. But it's gonna be something new. And so shout out to Damon for putting us on game. So we're gonna check it out. We're gonna have him back on the show so we can get the update and just kind of get into his brain as to how he transitioned into that, man, because celebrity boxing is big. So he was talking about me and Ray getting in the ring. I was just like, what that bad look like?
virtual or
virtual.
Real?
Yeah. I hope virtual.
Yeah.
Like, I got fans, I'm not trying to get beat all up. I'm out looking like Martin, like,
right.
Look, this is supposed to be a charity event, right? He's like, I'll step up to get beat down.
right.
So I don't want to put myself in that situation, but the bag is good. I mean, we may have to consider something, man. So, right now, what's crazy to me is that sports betting is at its all-time high in Vegas. Everybody knows about, you call the people, they book something for you, you bet on the game.
Right.
Just recently, there were 4 NFL players that just got tagged for betting on games. Sometimes they would bet on, not their sports, but other teams within their same sport, and make money off of it or lose some money. So now the NFL is calling them out, man. Do you think they are hypocrites for doing this, or is it just a part of the game or part of the rules?
Man, the rules are set, man. Somebody's going to pay you hundreds of thousands to millions of dollars. Just follow the rules, man. It's just that simple. I mean, come on. Even if you don't like the rules, you know what the rules are before you get involved. So don't set yourself up. Just don't do it. I mean, it's just that simple, man.
Man, okay. So let's talk about Floyd. I'm glad that you said that because I want to talk about Floyd Mayweather. Look, Floyd betted on himself, right?
Okay. Right.
Floyd betted on himself, and he was talking about how this is how he made his money. Like he gonna play on himself. So how is it not? He didn't get penalized. When it came to something like that.
Let me say this.
Yeah.
With basketball, football, baseball, all those type of sports.
Team sports.
Team sports.
Right.
You have to maintain a 2.0. You have to go to school. You have to follow certain rules in order to make it to the upper echelon, the upper level. In order to get there, you have to follow these rules. With boxing, man, you can be homeless on the street one day and you can be champion the next day.
Wow.
So it's always been different rules for boxing for whatever reason. They're different rules. So things you're able to do in boxing, you're not able to do in other sports. You know,
point.
maybe that needs to be changed. Maybe it doesn't. But hey, that's what it is. What's up, my man Lucius in the house? Yeah, but yeah, that's Lamont's brother. But yeah, man, that's what it is, man. It's just what it is. But hey, Floyd, I worked for Floyd briefly, man. He's a good dude, man. He's a generous dude, and hey, he's just been doing it, man. He's been kicking ass and taking names, so it's still doing it.
Well, me on the other hand, man, it's almost I understand that there are rules. You got to follow the rules, but at the same time, you know, these individuals are doing what people that don't have the opportunity or don't play sports are doing. Like at the end of the day, we're all human beings, and I understand. You know, once you sign the contract, these are the rules that you have to abide by. But you know, they still hustling in their eyes, right, to make more money, and that's what we are all programmed to do: hustle and make more money. So they had a couple of they named those 4 individuals. They had 2 from the Colts, another lineman from the Titans, and somebody else as well. And one of them, the lineman from the Titans, he was just betting on other sports while at the facility. So he wasn't betting on the games. You know, it wasn't like what's the guy's name? Pete Carroll, not Pete Carroll.
Pete Rose.
Pete Rose. It wasn't like Pete Rose, right, where he was betting on the actual games, their wins and losses. But these players were betting on other things. You know, I'm pretty sure people have fantasy leagues, and you know, so. But there has to be some type of fine line in order, you know, for these players to be able to fulfill their desire, because they want to bet too. You know, so I don't understand, man.
All I can say is stack your money and do all the betting you want after you retire. After you retire, man, that's the safest bet. I mean,
hey, look, man, we're about to close it out in a little bit, but I want to jump into this, man. Last week we had a phenomenal episode where we had the barbershop style ringside battle, and man, we talked about Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence Jr. and me, man. After that conversation, I went back and I started looking at both fighters, and now I was in favor of Terrence, and now I'm looking at Errol. He didn't caught my mind, caught my heart, man. And and I had a moment. You know, I practice meditation, so with my practice, it allows for me to integrate myself and put myself in their shoes and understand what the greatness that they are looking to attain. And I had to say this because I wanted to mention this on Ringside, and I want to talk about how I watched Terrence Crawford, and he is just extremely focused, and I understand his character. And basically, his character is like, man, I'll kill you or I'll be killed. I don't care. Like, what's up? Like, don't play with me, right?
A lot of brave people get their ass whooped every day. So, hey, I'm hip.
Right. And man, I'm glad that you said that. I love that because they do, you know. But then I started looking at Errol Spence conversations and his interviews, and one of the things that stuck out to me, right, was he said, I don't feel that nobody can beat me. He said, I survived this car accident. And he said, you know, my body hit concrete and I still survived. And when I heard that, I was like, dang. So he was basically saying, I'm indestructible. So no matter what, you cannot break me. Right?
Asphalt could not beat this man. This man got bounced off of asphalt. And asphalt lost. So look, man, hey, I struggle with this fight every day. Like I tell you and Ray every day, man. One day I'm Crawford, one day I'm Spence. But here's the thing. I was thinking about it earlier. You know how when you get hired for a job, right? There's always education versus experience, right?
Right.
So when I think about my boxing knowledge, my boxing knowledge tells me it's Bud. Like the man can fight on both sides, right? He has too many tricks. We talked about it last week. But my experience is that Spence has burned me. You know, he's hurt me. Not me, but he, you know,
Right.
So, but you know what I mean. But yeah, so my experience tells me like, how many times does this man have to prove you wrong before you start picking him? So you know,
Yeah.
I'm leaning to it, man. I'm leaning towards Spence, man. It's like when he puts the power on the press on you, man, it's a hard thing to beat, man. I'm telling you, you can spin and do splits and all that, whatever you want to do. But when he get the, as you like to say, Prince, yum,
Yum.
bong. Yeah, it's hard
Hey
to beat
man,
that.
it get you against the
Yeah.
rope and just wham on you. Yum, yum,
Yeah.
body, head. You know,
Right.
and I've seen it, and so that can break a man down. And I'm looking forward to it, man. But I think both of these fighters are reaching for greatness, and we're gonna find it on July. What is that? When are they fighting?
29th.
July
29th.
29th in Vegas at the T-Mobile Center, man. I'm telling you, either we're gonna be ringside or we're gonna be ringside on our TV screens, just watching it, man. This is a highly anticipated fight, man. And I think both of them are going to do a phenomenal job. So, man, thank you for that take, that perspective. Because
Hey Prince, real quick. I'm sorry to cut you off. Real
I'm
quick.
good.
Shout out to my boxing family, man. My girl, she fighting this weekend. Franchon Cruz Deserve. She's fighting this weekend, man. She's fighting Savannah Marshall. So on behalf of Ringside, I just want to wish her good luck. She's the undisputed champion, and she's putting her belts up, and she's gonna come home with the victory. Period. So, and we need to get on the show one day too.
Let's do it. Let's get on the show and let's go, sis. All the success. You know, over here we don't say good luck. We say go be great. Because that's what we're aiming for, man. All that, you know, good luck, man. Forget all that good luck. We don't do all that. You know, if you can't, you don't need no luck because you already put the work in. So
just be you. Just be
you. That's it, man. Oh, I love that, man. That's a great way for us to start closing this out, man. Look, you know, at the end of the show, we like to say stand above the ropes and give some words of wisdom, man. So I can give some words of wisdom. If you'd like to give some words of wisdom, please do so as well, man. And today, my words of wisdom. Well, first, let's say this. We want to send our condolences to Ray Lewis, myself and Ray and Kev as well. I sent out a text message to Ray on his condolences for his son that he lost, man. You know, we don't know what he's struggling with or going through. You know, mental health is real. So we're going to have him on the show at some point in time. We talked to him, but he sent back a text to me and the Ringside crew and Ray. And he just told us, thank you. You know, thank you for that. And that just meant a lot from him and to us. So we want to say that to Ray Lewis. And I want to say this. My words of wisdom today, or stand above the ropes, is whether you think you can or you think you can't, you're right. That's by I think Henry Ford. Look, the mind starts with the thought, right? So everybody has a thought. And we can all agree upon that, I'm pretty sure. So what I want everyone to start learning how to do is create an affirmation for yourself every day that you can consistently repeat over and over again, even if you are faced with a lot of adversity in your life. What happens is, as you grow, we tend to lose our imagination, and we are born with the imagination, but we tend to lose our imagination because we get set in these roles, and you forget that some of the things that you say can manifest into your reality. And so you need to be able to find something, an affirmation that you like, and say it 3 times a day, no matter what you face, because we've been taught to look at things from a negative perspective, first and foremost. And so what we need to start learning how to do is exercise, looking at the good in everything, and exercising a positive outlook on everything. And you should learn how to do this consistently, even if you're faced with adversity. Like people say, that was the devil. Well, even if it is the devil, keep calling on Jesus or God, you know, because eventually you will start seeing the things that you've been asking for that's been coming out of your mouth. So keep that in mind. That's my words of wisdom to stand above the ropes for today. You got something?
I can sum it up like this. Before you can physically achieve it, you have to mentally achieve it. So see it in your mind, make it happen in your mind first, and the physical will follow.
Ooh, Nice. I love that, man. I love that, man. Miss B, thank you for all that. She said, "Good stream, y'all. We appreciate that." You know, Lucius came on here. He in the house, man. Look, everybody, that's the end of our show. We'll have to close it out. So we want to thank you for joining us for another great episode. Man, he said, "Facts, fellas. Great show. We appreciate that." Luce.
Appreciate it, Luke.
Yeah, man. We want to thank you for joining us for a wonderful episode of Ringside with Ray and Prince, where we look to educate you, entertain you, and empower you. Look, make sure that you like, subscribe, and hit that share button and share with people that you care about. Other than that, man, we out of here, man.
See y'all next week.
Peace.
All right, peace.
Oh, same bat time.